Namaste. Hi. Hatha yoga is one beautiful practice. It's a practical, real life discipline that addresses the practical, common issues of our human existence. And it's very relatable to us because Hatha yoga, even before you step on the mat, it lays down the foundation from your diet, how you relate with your community, the people around you, and how to prevent ourselves from being in a situation which we might regret later. Yeah? And then the on the mat observances are tackled in a very systematic way. Yeah? And then the spiritual dimension actually happens spontaneously, really. Yeah. So when I was tackling it, I didn't even expect that I will be able to reach samadhi. No, really. I was just enjoying it because it served my purpose. It promoted my health, my well being, and it also assists me in my teaching profession. And then little by little, without me learning the techniques, it happened. They happen spontaneously. The breathing exercise, it just feel natural doing them. And then even the advanced stages of breath control exercises, yeah, the mudras, yeah, they happen like almost like a natural unfolding of the learning system. Right. And probably I was just so lucky I hit the right spot the first time, although I didn't have Hatha yoga teacher guiding me, but I had the pillars right before me. My fitness experience, being a fitness trainer, being a group exercise teacher, being with really beautiful, uh, unselfish teachers back then, and I look up to them until now. They guided me. They've given me the opportunity to explore and then develop my potential, both as a practitioner as a teacher. And thank you to them. I can't be in this situation without my peers from the fitness industry, my peers at work, yeah, my friends. They all supported me in this journey. But of course, I had my share. Of course, I had my share of pitfalls. But having that strong foundation in me, yeah, always guided me in how to come back safely. Okay. Hatha yoga, if you approach it from that perspective, is humbling, really. It's not a discipline that is egoistical, yeah, actually, because if you attain enlightenment from that perspective, from that journey, you actually become more tolerant of the many ways and techniques people go through to attain the awakening, spiritual maturity. Right. Deeper than that in the energetic sense. Okay. Yeah. The energy, really, we we are the master of the energy. We are the master of our spirit. That's that's the learning I really gained from this practice. That even during meditation, where the mental fluctuation ceases, when the mental faculties become less involved, we are still in control, I tell you. At first, yes, for you to experience the spirit, it has to overpower you. Therefore, during Samadhi, in my first stages, yeah, the spinning, the floating around, out of body experiences, those things, and they're beautiful. Yeah. They allow you to have a glimpse of what's after this mortal existence. But now I'm able to keep the energy within me during Samadhi. I am not allowing that energy to exit my body. I want it to remain inside me, in my brain, so I can fully understand the workings of the spiritual dimension. That the body is really the instrument for us to fully understand who we are after life. This spirit will separate, of course, yeah, and will go on to the next. But while you are living, like while you're breathing, while you're functioning, you are in control of this dimension. Just this Easter, yeah, particularly on Saturday, I had the Samadhi. And then even if this energy would like to leak out of my brain, no, I didn't allow it. I kept it inside me. Yeah, I could feel, yeah, the body, the hands and everything lift off my physical dimension. But I know within me, no, I'm not allowing you to exit my body. You remain there inside. Because by doing that, I could study you. So therefore, I could relate this to my student. And while the energy is spinning, is circulating around, my mind is connected to, oh, this is how you work. This is the reason why I hear the sound. This is the reason why I feel, because I could control. I am a witness of the samadhi while in a conscious state. And therefore, when I resurface, I know how to guide you safely and effectively. Right. And then even coming back. So, all right, stop, let me resurface a bit, and I return to samadhi. That's how important, yeah, the foundation is. When the foundation is strong, yeah, you won't get lost. Yeah. You can even prepare for it, really. Yeah. So that's why every year I would do my sadhana practice, and every year I would do the same technique. Yeah, varying here and there. But I know that by doing this technique, I am initiating the release of my Kundalini. Yeah. The energy is in the middle. Yeah, so the values is in the middle. Although we have many channels there, but if you know how to direct that energy right to the very middle, the Sushumna, and prevent it from leaking out, you are in control of it. But of course, after the experience, you can still feel the side effect, the body crawling with electricity, the sound lingers there. Yeah. For someone who is not initiated with Hatha Yoga, this is magical. This is supernatural. But a Hatha Yogi treats that like just another physical skill. It's just another tool. It's just another learning that we can grow in our lives so we can get in and out of that experience without being dramatic, without being esoteric. Yes, the energy is separate from the breath, because when you're in the samadhi, you're actually breathing your physiological breath or your physical breath, your respiratory breath. But on the side, another energetic element is predominating your body. So you are the witness of these two interacting part of you, the mortal and the subconscious. Both are actually just a representation of one. Yeah. The reason why you are here living is for you, yeah, because that is the way for this spirit to make its presence felt. But you can witness both, really, during samadhi. You're breathing, you know what you're doing, you know you're meditating, you know your location, your position, while at the same time witnessing the spiritual dimension. And you keep it inside. Yeah, stay there. Don't leak out. Whereas in the past, I won't have the control. It will just float away, although I would witness it. But that's quite intense that I'm not able to remember it. I will resurface and I will think, oh, how did it happen? But now I know how to initiate it. I know how to build it. I know how to harness it. I know how to flow it. And I know how to confine it within me. So when I reach